you know, we didn't have the regular rodeo this year, I'm sure everybody's aware of, but we had an event that we thought would, you know, equal
There
it.
was rodeo events.
Yeah, they had bull riding. They had two sets of it, actually. They had, as a matter of fact, one of the local guys won. Mr. Tibbetts there, he pulled off the big win, so he was the big winner.
That's not the first time that a Pahrump resident has won.
No, I think
things down there. We have some
pretty
good riders.
talented. He's very good, as a
cowboys
matter of
here.
fact. He's very good. He's won a few things.
And you were part of the entertainment too for the rodeo.
The rodeo was the
I
best.
mentioned this to Paula before we came on. That I had heard from people that the skydiver, I guess, missed his mark, and he came down, and the flag that he had hit some woman on the head.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it to Paula, and can you fill us in exactly what happened?
Well, it was pretty exciting because we were watching it come in, and we had never had this before, a skydiver coming in with the flag, and the flag was unfurled. It was huge. It was a big flag. So we're waiting and waiting, and finally I noticed my kids down the other end, so I went down the bull chute area, and I walked down there, and I looked back, and I saw the kids, and I waved to him, and then I looked up, and he was right over the crowd at that point, and he did miss his mark. He was trying to come down, of course, in the center of the ring, but he came down, and he threaded his way. He didn't hit the crowd. He threaded his way through the run there, and literally caught me. I mean, we literally connected, and then he fell past me and went down, but he didn't hurt anybody. The flag got wrapped up on a few people. But I'll tell you what happened then. That's part of the story. But the rest of it is I looked back, because now he's on the ground, and I looked up, and what came over me, all the ROTC kids immediately, and I am so impressed by the way they did this. They came flying over the top of me, and I mean flying. They jumped over those fences to grab that flag.
Oh, that's
and
great.
It was so good the way they treated that flag, and they jumped back into the arena with it, and carried it and got it unfurled the way it was supposed to be, and presented it. But it was quite a few minutes there of what is happening now. But it was fun.
That's cool.
I'm sure everybody that was there got a full laugh out of it. I mean, and he didn't get hurt or anything. So, it's just one of those things that happens. The second night, he got into the ring, and we were fine.
Oh, okay.
So just one of those things. I think the wind and the flag was so big, I think it just caught a little extra wind and headed him over a little bit. But it was fun.
Awesome.
It was fun. It was beautiful to see. If you could look up into the night sky and the blackness around him, and then you could see that flag floating down, it was just amazing. Just amazing. You couldn't see him, but you could see the flag. It was so big. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was.
We should do that at 4th of July, too.
Yeah.
Before
we
the fireworks,
could think about
of course.
that. That would be a nice thing to do, because certainly everybody would enjoy that. So it's a beautiful thing to see.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we had a parade.
Yes.
That's
Rosie
still,
was in the parade.
And it's
playing
still
her
going.
flute.
It's
very good.
According to 2 TV stations, it's still going on, because you could see it on either TV station.
Yeah.
It's
been run
really
about
nice.
a dozen times on each station. So if you missed yourself in a parade, that's your own fault.
No, we had a great parade this year. It ran a little bit longer, obviously, but we had 105 entries.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of them were political, but that's kind of what is out there this year.
Yeah.
It's the time for it.
Well,
but we had 32 floats. We had
the one that won?
Yeah.
Wasn't that
wasn't
fantastic?
that cute? The Hafen kids, the Hafen school.
It was really good.
They took grand prize. Al Jones was our grand marshal.
Yeah.
And he had a great
He was
time, and he
tickled,
was
yeah.
super as a judge and as a spirit for Pahrump. He really presented the whole thing well. He was a great grand marshal. And then hats off to Hollywood, the senior ladies. They took one of them, and Raised on Country Sunshine took third, and the Magical Flowers took second. So it was a fun time for all, I think. It took a little bit longer, and it got warm, but everybody persevered, and we got through it.
Not just because my daughter was in the parade and playing her flute and walking that whole way, but
I know.
Congratulations and kudos to all the kids and everybody who walked that entire road. I mean, just everybody, all those kids were really troopers, and every one of them did a fantastic job. I mean,
Is she high school or no?
She's in 8th grade.
8th grade. Okay.
She's first chair flute.
Yeah. Well, we had both the middle school and the high school as bands.
Yeah.
And of course the ROTC kids, they were marching too. So there was a lot of
all the
children,
kids
a
that
lot of
were
kids.
walking, there was quite a few kids that were walking and people walking along the sides of the floats. Kudos to every one of them.
Right. Oh no, they are troopers, as you say. They get going and they're off and they don't stop until they get there and they're playing instruments. I don't know how they do it. I could never do it. It's a talent.
Oh, and I just want to say one other thing. Thanks to, I don't know who you are, but if you're watching, thank you so much. My daughter said that at the end, because I got to her a little after, but at the end there was people with coolers and they were giving all the kids waters and Gatorades after the float, and they just brought them down and they were giving them out. So thank you to them. That was really nice.
It is.
Them.
We used to put water up at the before they started for them, and we always recommend that they bring it, but a lot of people forget. But it got stolen on us one year, and we said, we just you don't know where to put. You don't know what to do. You try to be good, and I know who's doing that stuff.
So there was some great stuff. The Knights of Columbus had their corn.
Oh, as far as vendors,
fantastic
we had 160 some vendors but a lot of them took 2 or 3 spots. So when you really look at it, it was like 200 and some spots. But a lot of good food, and
and the pizza truck
guy, he was fun, huh? That siren was enough to take you out, but it was fun.
That was a fantastic truck, though. What a fantastic idea!
And then Wolfie's, they had their
Wolfie's
steam
was
engine
great.
There, their smoker
barbecue.
That was great.
They had a great variety.
Yeah.
Both of them, the pizza place and Wolfie's, they both had a whole bunch of different.
I think we had a lot of different food. But
that was great.
Yeah, it's all good.
And the fudge.
Oh yeah,
Faz Ackerley's fudge. Got to give a shout out to that because
Jim's fudge. Yeah.
Oh, that fudge is.
Yeah. And they had a lot. Did you see those little? You hydrate them and they become their water. They water your plants. Did you see those little balls? They look like little marbles. They're crystals, but then you hydrate them. You put them in water, and they blow up, and they look like little marbles. And they're so pretty in the glass jar. I thought that was kind of cute. I ended up buying. I'm a sucker. I buy all that stuff. So
I bought the sheets.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, they had the sheet guy there, full size sheets, because I had to get some for my daughter. 1,000 thread count. They were $20.
Oh, Martha Stewart would be
$20.
proud. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Well,
And,
he was there again, or they were there. Yeah.
The sheet guy. Yeah.
We had a lot of new vendors though this time too.
I haven't seen him there before, and if he's been there before, I never saw him.
Yeah, no, I think he was there last year.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was there last year.
Yeah, he was.
But we sent out over 400 applications, and we actually got a lot of vendors at the last minute because I think the economy really held us back this year on a lot of stuff. People just couldn't. They kind of go from one event to the other, and if they make it on the last one, they'll be there for the next one.
Yeah.
But we did have the Mom and Pop's tent this year, which we've never done before.
Okay.
And that was, that was you had to be local, and you only paid $50, and you got a table, and you could sell your wares, and that was it for the weekend.
What a great idea!
Yeah, so we're going to expand that next year. We had no idea how that would go over, and we didn't do as much as we probably could have, but we did fill it for sure. So that was good. Yeah.
Speaking of local stuff, not to get off the vendors, but I'm going to get off the vendors just for a second. But the entrance, was there something that stuck out? That was one of the entries.
Oh, I wish I could answer that. I don't have the exact list, but we will be publishing that sort of stuff in the paper.
Okay.
But I will tell you that there were 500